Hello, viewers, and welcome to another exciting episode of Erongo Talk. I'm your host, Nicanor Nangolo, and today we are reporting to you live here from the museum in Swakopmund. As per usual, bringing you your latest news updates, weather tides, and today we also have the acting CEO of the business intellectual property, Mr. Rafael Licando, who shares the mandate of BIPA and in the importance of intellectual property. So stay tuned, we'll be right back after this. Now for our first story. JP Brown Primary School addressed the alleged rumors going around that the school allowed their pupils, grade 1, grade 4, and grade 8, to be injected with COVID-19 vaccinations. This apparently was done without the parents' consent. The school board called and held an emergency parent meeting at the Manuel Reiters Primary School hall on Thursday evening after Metcalfe Beeker's attorney contacted the school on behalf of two concerned parents about this issue. A letter from the Metcalfe Beeker's attorneys directed to JP Brown Primary School stated that the law firm acted on instructions of Selma Capelwa and Esther Shidolo, who are both concerned parents of 2 years old learners at the school. Anna Engelbert, the chairperson of J.B. Brown Primary School Board and nurse at the Utusub Clinic, explained at the emergency parents meeting that it was a case of miscommunication. Children were injected with immunization for polio plus antibiotics and not COVID-19 vaccinations. We do not have the mandate to vaccinate our learners with COVID-19 vaccination, Engelbert added. Engelbert also said that the immunization has been part of the school's health program, which started in 2006 under the Ministry of Health and Social Services. And now moving on to our second story. The Business Intellectual Property Authority, BIPA, celebrated World Intellectual Property Day last weekend in Walvis Bay. The event was aimed at creating awareness and informing the youth about the real meaning and purpose of intellectual property. The event also taught the youth to protect the work they do, and be able to commercialize their IP and make a living of it. A lot of creative entrepreneurs and artists who produce their creations are not aware that their products are intellectual property and can be protected. BIPA celebrated World IP Day last year in Windhoek, and a different region is chosen for the occasion annually. The outcome of this was that more people become aware of IP and BIPA's mandate to protect intellectual property and what they do to protect themselves and their work. Intellectual property refers to creations of the mind, interventions, literally and artistic works and symbols, names, images used in commerce. IP rights, enforceable rights over the creations of the mind. They are time or use bound and exclusive rights that enable the owner to exclude others from engaging in a variety of acts related to subject matter. And now moving on to our third and final story. ProAd recently held its first African Juniors Archery Ranking Shoot in Swakopmund. The school introduced archery 3 years ago. Archers from all over the country pitched at the school's rugby field for the competition, which concluded at 1600 hours. Archers from private school Morea, Central Elite Archery Club, Community Hope School, St. George, Windhoek High School, and Walvis Bay Private High School all competed. The day was filled with fun. Participating archers made new friends, while the young ones were entertained with jumpy castles and Easter egg hunt. The parents from Pro Ed also prepared refreshments. The next shoot is a friendly during the private school's weekend in Sumeb on Wednesday, the 4th of May, followed by Danis Joburg's shoot in Marienthal on Saturday, the 14th of May.
I'm here to give the speech on behalf of His Worship Tribunal Forbes. He's unfortunately not here due to other work commitments. My name is Councillor Richard White, as it was previously stated. On behalf of the citizens of this region, it gives me great pleasure to extend to you all a very warm welcome today on this occasion of the celebrating World IP Day under the theme IP and Youth, Innovating a Better Future. Modern economies are built on innovation and creativity. We are fortunate to be in a position where we have experienced in the Erongo region how the ideas and inventions that stemmed from innovation and creativity across all sectors have been beneficial to the region's economic well-being. The coastal region has been earmarked to become the leading industrial town in Namibia due to its strategic location, world-class port facilities, and transport networks. With all the projects that is envisaged, it will require us to make provision for the acceleration and utilization of innovation and creativity. Ladies and gentlemen, on the event of this day, I am particularly excited about the inclusion of the youth as a contributor to economic growth and a driver of solving future society challenges. This coincides with our office's current focus on the development of the youth in the region and the promotion of technical and vocational education and training as a strategic priority. The Erongo region recently hosted the World Skills Competition from 25th March to 2nd April under the theme Promoting Skills Development in the 21st Century for Sustainable Economic Growth and African Ownership. The competition served as a capacity building workshop for 13 African countries that competed in different vocational skills areas. This illustrates the importance of innovation and the significant role the youth play in a catalyst for the continuous development of innovative ways to tackle everyday challenges. If we continue to create and support initiatives such as observing and celebrating World IP Day that propels creativity and innovation, we surely are on the right path towards a transformed and sustainable economy. Considering this, there is still a lack of knowledge about how intellectual property rights can help translate the ideas of the youth into products and services, and how the protection of those products and services can indeed become a powerful tool for them not to just survive, but to also compete and grow. We therefore applaud and commend the work that the Ministry of Internationalization and Trade and BIPA is doing and their continued efforts to promote intellectual property rights and the protection thereof. Lastly, the Office of the Mayor wishes to extend our appreciation to the Deputy Director for gracing us with their presence, and also on behalf of the ministry. We also thank the BIPA Board of Directors, the management and the team for taking the lead in this area, and want to assure you that we will be available to render our support as and when it is required. Thank you very much.
Great. And the management of BIPA have together achieved and celebrated numerous highlights since the inception of the authority in 2017. However, few of these celebrations have taken place here in the Erongo region, and once again I'm happy to be an honored guest at this auspicious occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, intellectual property serves as an effective policy tool to unlock local creativity, innovation and entrepreneurship, and to stimulate the transfer and use of ideas that encourage development and economic growth. Intellectual property, when utilized as a tool of empowerment, can create wealth and foster social, cultural and economic prosperity for Namibia. But very often the impact of the intellectual property is not seen and felt, and neither spoken about. The ministry, together with BIPA, are continuously finding opportunities for intellectual property rights to serve as a catalyst of accelerated growth of our economy. Notably, after the detrimental effects of the COVID-19 pandemic on our economy, it is our aim to improve the landscape for entrepreneurship and innovation, and in a manner that will allow for the commercialization of intellectual property rights to significantly contribute to the economy's GDP. How do we do this? This can be done by ensuring that the environment to foster innovation is continuously nurtured and supported. In addition, that will continue to drive public education on the registration and endless possibilities on the value of intellectual property in our society. Namibia, through BIPA, has made numerous advances in the protection of intellectual property rights locally, notably through the launching of the intellectual property policy in 2019 and the current reviewing of the Copyrights and the Neighboring Rights Protection Act of 1994. The review of the Copyrights Act aims to create a legislation responsive to our current needs, especially those in the creative spaces. Furthermore, it is a strategic focus area for BIPA to ensure that in order to increase the level of intellectual properties, we need to raise awareness about its value to Namibians at all levels of society, as earlier mentioned. However, the theme of today's event is aimed at the youth, specifically to encourage them to use their abilities to turn challenges into opportunities for innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no doubt that the youth of our country can tap into the ingenuity and their creativity to drive change, to transform ideas into reality, and to create jobs that impact humanity. In a country where unemployment among the youth stands at 46%, according to the 2018 Labor Force Survey of the Namibia Statistics Agency, young people can take charge of their own future if they were to gain a better understanding of how the tools of intellectual property system works. Those tools are trademarks, design rights, copyright, and patents, among others. From the last population census of 2011, it's clear that Namibia has a very youthful population, with 94% of the youth being literate. in all regions of the world. The young people are the natural agents of change. Not only are our young people literate, they are also masters of the digital era, known as the digital natives. Through cell phones and computers, the youth have the tools for transformation and innovation in the palms of their hands. If we look at the wealthy business leaders of today, we see CEOs of affluent technology companies who are barely out of their teens. The greatest value of intellectual property rights for the youth is that it transcends all sectors. Innovation can happen in all industries, from art to sport to health and engineering. It is not restricted to gender or region or status. Even the poorest innovator can achieve amazing feats if they commercialize their ideas through intellectual property rights. Distinguished guests, the time has come for policymakers and investors to hear the youth cries and to support them to create their own destinies. Those destinies starts at BIPA, where our energetic young people register more than just their businesses and intellectual property. They plant the first seeds of their future that also become the beautiful future of our Namibia. With those few words, I now officially launch the commemoration of the World Intellectual Property Day for 2022. I thank you.
Adam Tas is coming to Windhoek to help build a brighter future for education. Join us at the Sounds of Caring concert at Windhoek High School Vegkop on 20 and 21 May, where he will be performing with Von Arends and Rian Smith. Tickets cost $200 Namibian and are available via eticket.my.na. All proceeds go towards the African Child Development Trust.
Good afternoon, guys. So my name is Elizabeth Dadas. I'm going to tell you guys about how I study. So first, study a month before. It usually helps. If you are a visual learner, you can study imagining the things in your head. Listen to music. If you are bored of a subject, usually history. And you can
And now for your weather, sunset at the coast will be at 35 minutes past 6 on Tuesday. The sunrise will be at 23 minutes past 7 on Wednesday. Bowfish Bay will have a maximum degree Celsius of 28 on Tuesday, and for Wednesday a minimum of 18 and a maximum of 27 degrees Celsius. A 9 knot west northwesterly wind will prevail. Swakopmund will have a maximum degree Celsius of 26 on Tuesday, and for Wednesday a minimum of 19 and a maximum of 26 degrees Celsius. A 9 knot west southwesterly wind will prevail. Henties Bay will have a maximum degree Celsius of 27 on Tuesday, and for Wednesday a minimum of 16 and a maximum of 27 degrees Celsius. A 11 knot south-southeasterly wind will prevail. Arandes will have a maximum degree Celsius of 33 on Tuesday, and for Wednesday a minimum of 17 and a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius. A 17 northeast wind will prevail. Usakos will have a maximum degree Celsius of 31 on Tuesday, and for Wednesday a minimum of 12 and a maximum of 31 degrees Celsius. A 11 northeast wind will prevail. Karibeb will have a maximum degree Celsius of 29 on Tuesday, and for Wednesday a minimum of 11 and a maximum of 29 degrees Celsius. A 11 northeasterly wind will prevail. Omaruru will have a maximum degree Celsius of 29 on Tuesday, and for Wednesday a minimum of 9 and a maximum of 29 degrees Celsius. A 13 northeasterly wind will prevail. And that concludes your weather.
Platz Amir is a landmark on the coastline of Namibia, a home to quality shops and quality restaurants, a select variety of fashion and food retailers, as well as banks, not to mention the pier with 36 luxury apartments and entertainment for the whole family. Find us at corner of Tabarite and Albatross Street, Vineta North, Swakopmund. Call us on 064 462 242. Visit platzamir.com.na or at Platz Amir on Facebook. Platz Amir, enhancing your coastal experience.
Now, unfortunately, we have come to the end of our episode, but for more news, you can check out our website. That's at www.erongo.com.na. I repeat, www.erongo.com.na. You can also send us your news tips on newstepserongo.com.na, or you can also share with us your story on our WhatsApp and our Telegram. That's at 0811 7040. I repeat, 0811 7040. You can also follow us on our social media platforms. That's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Alternatively, you can check out our online channel. That's oneup2.com, or you can simply check us out on DSTV channel 285 or on GoTV channel 94. Now, that was all for today's episode. Until next time, it's goodbye.